No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
How can we develop? We're always in crisis. Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding.
No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together.
Information is power. Everyone wants power. So feel powerful with the NTA News mobile app, the one-stop information center. Real news at your fingertip. Be the first to report by uploading first-hand information on the U-Report link. And be the first to know by simply clicking on any of the links on the sidebar for headlines, domestic and foreign news, economy, security, politics, sports, and more. Stream live on your smartphone and tablets and stay connected. It's pretty easy. Simply download NTA News app from your Google Play Store and you're good to go. NTA News mobile app. Your access to real-time information.
There is only one station that others look up to. A station where professionalism and class come to play. So in whatever we do, be it news, sports, politics, information and culture, even in entertainment, tourism, education, documentaries and kids programming, we set the standard for others want to beat. MTA 10, no one does it better. MTA 10, station for excellence.
And welcome to another beautiful Saturday news review on NT Lagos Channel 10 at 7. Hi, I'm Oluwabukola Akonde. First, we begin with the news of the day, and on our lineup, we start with federal government onboards TCN establishes new independent system operator. Now, in details. In line with the Electricity Act 2023, the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC, has onboarded the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, and established the Nigerian Independent System Operator of Nigeria Limited. The order released by NERC states that TCN is to transfer all market and system operation functions to the newly established NISO no later than 31 August 2024. The order directs the Bureau of Public Enterprises to incorporate a private company limited by shares under the Companies and Allied Partners Act by May 31. NERC outlines NISO's responsibilities to include managing access and liabilities related to markets and system operations on behalf of market participants and consumers group. The new independent system operator will also negotiate contracts for ancillary services with independent power producers and generation licenses, in addition to performing market and system operations functions for the benefit of market participants and system users. Before the unbundling, TCN held transmission service provided by and system operation. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission, NUPRC, says it is committed to protecting the interests of the federal government as some international oil companies dispose and close transactions in Nigeria. Lydian Sampson report.
Group and the buying group brought together face-to-face by the NUPRC, the regulatory agency mandated by the Petroleum Industry Act to ensure transparency in the process. Benga Komalafe says, armed with the legal backing provided by the law, the Commission is determined to ensure adherence to divestment guidelines from all parties.
The President, in his capacity as the Honorable Minister of Petroleum, has directed the Commission to ensure a smooth entry and exit framework for the ongoing divestments by the divesting entities. To this end, we have implemented robust measures to streamline the regulatory oversight and procedures and eliminate unnecessary barriers to investment.
Oji Ogbonaya Oji, Executive Secretary Neiti, who aligned with NUPRC, urged the divesting group and buying group to follow due process, urging them not to forget that oil and gas business is always international in nature.
Has issued 90 aligns with that guideline. We have also seen the options clearly defined. The options are very available and they are all attainable. So and I think this is the fundamental step to start. We are watching this very closely and very, very defined interest because the way EITI is implemented globally in 57 member countries is to promote healthy investment. And we encourage you to please play by the rules, abide by the guidelines, make informed decision about the options. And the key issue here is who takes responsibility for the liabilities.
A cross-section of stakeholders applauded the fact that a stop date is in sight instead of what looks like an endless process. They are unanimous that the delayed divestment was not in the best interest of all, as oil production has been dwindling. With a projected timeline of 3 months, optimism is high, enabling the investment climate in the upstream sector in line with the President Bola Tinubu's vision and directive will be realized. In Abuja, Lydia Samson, NTA News.
Still on the news of the day, the role of cargo agents in developing the nation's economy cannot be overemphasized. This came to the fore at the inauguration of the Board of Trustees, 2 patrons and 7 members of the Domestic Airport Cargo Agents Association, DACA, at the Muritala Muhammad Airport, MM2, Lagos. Anoluwapo Oluwatoke, who was there, tells us more.
Ensure smooth and efficient running of flight operations, thereby contributing significantly to boosting the nation's aviation economy. In order to continue to engender greater economic impact, the Domestic Airport Cargo Agents Association, DACA, at the Murtala Mohammed Airport has organized inauguration of a Board of Trustees and patrons. The head of cargo operations, Murtala Mohammed Airport, Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, Mr. John Ope, emphasized that collaboration with DACA has been vital to efficient operations.
The association is organized, when it's organized, you do business in a proper way. We have been partnering with DACA for a very long time, and we look forward to continue to have a good and robust relationship with them as regards domestic cargo operation.
The Chairman, Board of Trustees, DACA, Mr. Ipe Nkanak, highlighted that the occasion is momentous in further strengthening the impact of the organization.
For a vibrant cargo industry, we need a good leadership. Now, that leadership is what inspired today's program, that there will be a leadership of all the agents in Nigeria coordinated. So if there is a body to coordinate it, then we know that we have an organized system.
Some of the association members expressed delight to be a part of the new dispensation.
Do hereby solemnly swear that I will be faithful in the discharge of my duty as a member of the Board of Trustees of the Domestic Airport Cargo Agents Association.
Yeah, the inauguration is something that we have been looking forward for, because as a group, you must have an organized association to be able to regulate the activities of our business. So I think it's a welcome development, and I'm very, very glad that it happened today.
Today is a landmark event that would launch a stronger and bigger cargo business in this country. Like you heard me say earlier, we're working very hard towards making Lagos a hub, aviation hub, cargo hub in Africa. That's our mission, that's our vision.
The inauguration is the second in the 28 years existence of the association. In Lagos, Anuluapo Oluwatoki, NTA News.
And the last for our lineup for the news of the day is Sport Updates. Please, let's join our correspondent.
Minister of Sports Development, John Eno, has called on the Ministry of Information and National Orientation to ensure adequate priority is given to sports coverage in Nigeria. The minister stated this during a courtesy call to the minister, Mohammed Idris, in his office in Abuja, where he emphasized on the significant role sports play in the nation. The minister seeks to partner with the Federal Ministry of Information and its media organizations to promote sports development in the country.
Without the coverage of these sports and fields, we are not able to encourage mass participation. We are not able to encourage the kind of consciousness that is supposed to exist.
To football, as the draws and presentation of jerseys to teams of the biggest grassroots football tournament organized by the Bayelsa government, tagged Prosperity Cup, have been conducted in Yenagoa. The governor, Senator Doyin Diri, flagged off the draws at the Samson Siasia Stadium shortly after the Prosperity work on Thursday.
It is not only through academics. Through academics, yes. Through skills acquisition, yes. But through sports also.
And finally, ahead of their FIFA Under-17 World Cup qualifiers, Nigeria's girls, the Flamingos, will have the advantage of playing their away match against their Burkina Faso counterparts on a neutral ground in Bamako, Mali. The decision followed FIFA directive insisting that the Burkina Bees cannot play in Ouagadougou as the pitch fails to meet up standards. The clash, which is scheduled for Saturday, May 11th, will see the return leg played at the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, Abuja, on Saturday, May 18th. The Flamingos delegation to Bamako are expected to depart from Abuja Wednesday next week. With sports updates, Ijoma Pitawante, NTA News.
And now we'll be moving to our Saturday news review in proper. But before that, we'll be going on a short break. After the break, the news continues. Please stay tuned.
Happy Children's Day to children all around the world.
It's fun time again when we celebrate our precious gifts from God. The annual NTA Lagos Channel 10 Children's Day Party in commemoration of the International Children's Day with the theme Inclusion for Every Child. This year's edition will feature match pass, beauty pageant, games, quiz, schools presentation, watch your favorite artist performance, bouncy castles, and lots more. Schools, families, churches are invited to participate in this fun-filled party. Gate fee, 2,000 naira per child. Date, Monday, 27th May 2024. Venue, NTA Lagos Channel 10, Tejo Shoyaba. Time, 10 a.m. For inquiries, please call Peace on 006-286-0936 and Fadeke on 003-913-8161 and Jimo on 003-830-1669. NTA Lagos Children's Day Party promises to be a wonderful experience. Don't miss it. Happy Children's Day!
Welcome back, and if you're just joining us, you're watching NTA Lagos Channel 10 Saturday News Review at 7. Now to the stories that made headline during the week. Federal government is on course in squarely addressing the socio-economic challenges of the nation. Vice President Kashim Shettima stated this at the second roundtable meeting of the 21st Century Chronicle with the theme, Tinubu's administration's economy and social agenda, how it will transform Nigeria. State House correspondent Abdurrahman Jibrilia reports.
Roundtable meeting of the 21st Century Chronicle with Vice President Kashim Shettima in attendance is to come up with robust solutions that will help in actualizing government's ongoing 8-point agenda. Access to jobs through initiatives such as the Outsourced to Nigeria initiative, investment in digital and creative enterprises, and the various expanded national micro, small, and medium enterprises clinics are part of measures put in place to ensure the actualization of the administration's promised capital accessibility.
We have to make education work.
The second roundtable meeting of the 21st Century Chronicle with Vice President Kashim Shettima in attendance is to come up with robust solutions that will help in actualizing government's ongoing 8-point agenda. Access to jobs through initiatives such as the Outsourced to Nigeria initiative, investment in digital and creative enterprises, and the various expanded national micro, small, and medium enterprises clinics are part of measures put in place to ensure the actualization of the administration's promised capital accessibility.
We have to make education work.
Of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, has assured Nigerian workers that the National Assembly and the executive arm of government would work collaboratively to give them a living wage and better working conditions. He gave the assurance in a statement congratulating the workers as they commemorate the 2024 May Day. Akpabio, in the statement, extolled the sterling qualities that stood out the Nigerian worker, who is said is noted for patriotism, hard work, resilience, and dedication to duty. On this year's theme for Workers' Day, ensuring safety and health at work in changing climate, Akpabio promised that the National Assembly, under his leadership, was more than committed to ensuring the best working conditions for the Nigerian workers. He assured that no Nigerian worker will again be allowed to work under inhuman conditions, as everything will be done to give workers the best. Moving on, the House of Representatives has resumed plenary after a 40-day recess for Easter and Salah holidays. National Assembly correspondent Mitare Ipen reports that the House held plenary in the renovated chamber, equipped with state-of-the-art facilities, which lawmakers say befit the dignity of the legislature. Speaker Tajuddin Abbas, in his opening remarks at plenary, says the Green Chamber remains committed to security of lives and property in the country by supporting the security agencies. While condemning the spate of terrorist attack on schools this year, the House advocates the establishment of the dedicated fund specifically for school safety.
For terrorists and kidnappers, these acts are not only heinous, but are direct attacks on the future of Nigeria and rob children of their right to education and secure childhood. The implication of these assaults stretch far beyond the immediate pain and destruction they cause. They sow fear in communities, discourage school attendance, and potentially stifle the education of the generation. We will not allow the ambitions of our children to be thwarted by fear. The House stands united with the armed forces and will advocate for comprehensive strategies to safeguard our schools.
Speaker Abbas enjoined lawmakers to rededicate themselves to legislating for the welfare and well-being of Nigerians, stressing that to whom much is given, much is expected. Meanwhile, the Minister of State for Defense, Bello Mohammed, has advocated improved intelligence sharing between Nigeria and the United States of America to enhance the fight against banditry and terrorism in Nigeria. This was the focus of the engagement between the Minister and the Assistant Secretary for Defense for African Affairs at the U.S. Department of Defense, Jennifer Zakariki, and our theme, on the working visit to the Ship House in Abuja. The minister notes that coordinated early warning to citizens in crisis countries can be shared with Nigeria to facilitate proactive combat operations. Still on the stories that made headline during the week, African member countries of the International Police Organization, Interpol, are meeting in Abuja for the 10th African Working Group on Cybercrime. Francis Form reports that the meeting is to review progress and measures in addressing contemporary cybercrime threats. The report
is a major problem that cuts across all continents of the world. As such, enhancing interregional cooperation to combat cybercrime is the objective of this gathering of heads of cybercrime units of the 54 Africa member countries.
Remember, you are not alone. Together as a unified force, we have the power to outmaneuver even the most sophisticated adversaries. Let us seize this opportunity to share knowledge, collaborate, and strengthen our collective defenses.
Please come with a model of training to leverage on these institutions so that people will come in, African countries and beyond can come in to learn from the facilities that we have.
Minister of Police Affairs and the Inspector General of Police, in a separate messages, say the federal government of Nigeria is committed to strengthen the capacity of law enforcement agencies in the fight against cybercrimes.
Let us leverage the expertise and resources of Interpol to build a united front against cybercrime and enthrone sanity in the digital realm.
The Nigerian Police Force has recorded a significant milestone in the fight against cybercrime.
We are working together to make sure that trends, modus operandi are understood and recommendations made to make sure that we work together to put the cyber criminals out of the Nigerian cyberspace.
For us to come together to discuss, I consider it critical and I consider it essential.
The issue of terrorist financing, money laundering, and the traces of terrorist fighters, where they reside, and those who commit crime against the financial institutions are also expected to be uncovered and solution profiled. Francis from NTA News.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu commended workers in Lagos State, describing them as hardworking, even in the face of socio-economic challenges. He spoke at the May Day celebration in Lagos. The report.
Tribute. Sanwo-Olu said Lagos workers are very committed, dedicated, resilient, and passionate in the discharge of their duties. This, he said, contributes immensely to building and expanding the commonwealth of the people.
We pledge to build a future where every worker is respected, is empowered, and able to live with dignity and pride. I want to express my deepest gratitude to the hardworking men and women who make Lagos State vibrant. And that's you. And that's you. That's you over there. That's you over there. And all of you, even on this podium with me.
He said the inevitable policies taken by the government is to rescue the economy and set it on the right path of sustainable growth, and enjoin workers to continue to stand by government to ensure a greater nation.
I equally extend tribute to all workers across Nigeria, as well as our esteemed pensioners and veterans for their resilience and devotion.
We have been able to give a rundown, but we have to give time. Our prayer is that our able Mr. Governor should take another look and respond to this request adequately as a father, as partner in progress that he has always been.
Resonate with the anthem of solidarity, echoing across the annals of time. For in our unity lies our strength, and in our collective resolve lies the promise of a brighter tomorrow.
I'd like to commend the trade union, the trade and labor unions
under the leadership of Comrade Nesesi and Comrade Benga Kundayo in Lagos State for their understanding and maturity in which they have been handling labor issues and acknowledge in particular the exemplary approach employed by the unions.
Governor Sanwo-Olu stressed that the state government has been steadfast and intentional in implementing social intervention programs, providing crucial assistance to those in need throughout the state, and will not relent in its efforts. In Lagos, Thelma Eliok, NTA News.
Also, Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu assured workers in the state that his administration will implement the new minimum wage that is approved by the federal government. He made a commitment in response to the demands of the Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, during the Workers' Day celebration in Lagos. Thelma Eliogu reports.
Is paramount, and good working environment will bring the best in the workers. Following the promised wage increment by the government, respondents say is a step in the right direction.
There was a lot of signals through palliative measures put in place and the friendly policy put in place. You can see the workers, instead of being agitated, we can see them that they are cooler calm and the government is connected with them. So this is a good measure and we're expecting good things.
As an encouragement to the civil servant, because their old salary will be a bit increased. So to me, they will be happy with that. But going by what is happening concerning the price of goods and services, it's still not fair. So that's all I have to say.
At least it should boost morale, even if it's going to be on an infinitesimal level, but it should boost the morale of workers and ultimately boost productivity for the state. It's a good one. I have to be honest and frank.
Good step, considering the economic crisis in the country. It's actually a good one because from the 30,000 naira to 70,000 naira, it's a good one.
If you look at the demands of the labor, they are asking for a minimum salary of, I think, something in the region of 500,000 or something. Though at first it sounded laughable, but then if you look at the nitty-gritty, you realize that there's so much suffering in the land. So this is just something to just do some, I think it's a form of palliative, in my humble opinion. It's not a living wage, like they say in labor terms.
They added that the recent economic hardship fueled by subsidy removal, hike in electricity tariff, among others, is biting hard on the citizens. They advised government to work at strengthening the economy for the increment to have meaningful impact on the workers.
It has been doing tremendously well. So, and I know the affairs of the workers,
And to wrap up, our has appealed to stakeholders in the oil sector to find a lasting solution to the current fuel scarcity being experienced in the metropolis. Joy Pekwola was at some of the filling stations for the situation report.
Seems to be no quick fix to the lingering fuel queues in Lagos as the scarcity of petrol continues to take its toll on the cost of living, especially transportation and other basic needs.
Look at the town, go to this place. You see a lot of people suffering. For a beautiful country like this is my country. I love Nigeria.
Getting fuel is a challenge
getting public transport is a challenge. As I'm trekking, I'm even trekking where there's no hold up.
Coming to work is stressful, and going back home is stressful. The cost of transportation is ×2.
Pulling through this unpalatable situation has become not just survival of the fittest, but smartest, with black marketers making brisk business. Lagos residents, just like other Nigerians, are hoping the situation will improve before the end of the week. In Lagos, Joel Ukbola, NTA News.
And that concludes the news tonight. I am Oluwabukola Akonde. A very good evening to you.
Happy Children's Day, Happy Children's Day to children all around the world.
It's fun time again when we celebrate our precious gifts from God. The annual NTA Lagos Channel 10 Children's Day Party in commemoration of the International Children's Day with the theme Inclusion for Every Child. This year's edition will feature match pass, beauty pageant, games, quiz, schools presentation, watch your favorite artist performance, bouncy castles, and lots more. Schools, families, churches are invited to participate in this fun-filled party. Gate fee, 2,000 naira per child. Date, Monday, 27th May 2024. Venue, NTA Lagos Channel 10, Tedro Shoyaba. Time, 10 a.m. For inquiries, please call Peace on 006-286-0936 and Fadeke on 003-913-8161 and Jimo on 003-830-1669. NTA Lagos Children's Day Party promises to be a wonderful experience. Don't miss it. Happy Children's Day!
Excellence, section with a difference, section of the people. For information and education, for all round entertainment, for quality programs. Oh, yeah, carry the go. Oh, yeah, carry the go. For student and family programs. Where they entertain the people, all the latest news and sports. For clear signals, where they work out far. Now we be the medium, we go help you sell your market. All round entertainment, oh, for everybody. Jolly, 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 jolly. For family tonight, your family station. Family station, station for the people. Station with a different soul. Station with a different soul. Station of excellence. NTA Lagos Channel 10, now the station for
mo fa bẹ̀bẹ̀ ayé bẹ̀yìn o mo fa bẹ̀bẹ̀. Mo fa bẹ̀bẹ̀ ayé bẹ̀yìn o mo fa bẹ̀bẹ̀. Abániwákú ọ̀tọ̀run ọ̀gbẹ́bọ mo fa bẹ̀bẹ̀ ayé bẹ̀yìn o. Ǹjẹ́ bẹ̀bẹ̀ ayé rèé o mo wá fi ń bẹ̀yìn
káàkiri ilẹ̀ yìí pé ẹ̀yin abániwákú ẹ̀yin ọ̀tá ọ̀run ọ̀gbẹ́bọ àfàbẹ̀bẹ̀ ayé bẹ̀yìn o ìta àfi bẹ̀yìn nù ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí níbi tí ẹ bá ti láǹfààní láti máa gbọ́ wa orí ètò àjogúnbá la wà láti lè ṣe amóhùnmáwòrán ìjọba àpapọ̀ NTA tàbí